This woman is in the middle of a battle with the Pine Creek Village apartments.
She's been to the hospital multiple times. Her home has high levels of carbon monoxide, but it took months before that complex responded.
KRDO News Channel 13's Maria Garcia tried to get answers from property management and got kicked off the property. She has this Target 13 investigation.
That's right. Ermelinda Santiago Baez says she feared for her own life, and she invited Target 13 into her apartment so we could see the problems for ourselves. But when management here at this apartment complex, Pine Creek Village Apartments, got wind of our visit, they came into the apartment and forced us off the property. This is Ermelinda Santiago Baez's home. It was anything but safe.
I've had headaches for several months, feeling weak. I made a doctor's appointment and they didn't know why my head was hurting.
She says there's been a constant stream of problems in her apartment, including water leaking from the ceiling. But after 3 months of complaints, nothing ever got done. Then she got a carbon monoxide detector. It started beeping minutes after being installed.
I went to the hospital on Sunday. I was sick, I couldn't breathe, my chest hurt, and I had a huge headache which has persisted.
Doctors told Santiago Baez not to go back into the home. After she reported it to her complex, management said it's not their problem. Then her doctor got involved.
They didn't want to do anything. I went to the doctor yesterday and they called the state. Then the apartment complex came in and quickly changed the heater.
Target 13 investigates wanted to know why it took so long for Pine Creek to respond. But when management realized we were inside of Santiago Baez's apartment, they kicked us out and would not comment.
We have to ask you guys to leave the property.
Ermelinda says that she now fears that her family might get kicked out of their home for standing up for their own well-being. KRDO News Channel 13 and Target 13 Investigates will continue to investigate this story and continue asking the management and owners of the Pine Creek Village Apartments for a statement. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Maria Garcia, KRDO News Channel 13.
And Target 13 continuing to investigate properties owned by Terry Reagan.
A woman says she was bullied by management for calling 911 after her carbon monoxide detector went off. Now, more apartments owned by Reagan are being red tagged because of carbon monoxide problems.
Target 13's Maria Garcia live in the newsplex with what she's learning now in this investigation. Maria?
That's right. We have more on Ermelinda Santiago Baez's story. She says management told her not to call 911 when her carbon monoxide detector goes off.
The people from the office told us we should never call 911, that we need to talk to them first, that we can't go over their heads.
Ermelinda Santiago Baez got her own carbon monoxide detector and installed it. She says it went off moments later. Santiago Baez feared for her life and called 911. Her home at the Pine Creek Village Apartments was red tagged. The furnace finally replaced. She's still afraid, though.
I didn't used to leave anything open. Now I sometimes open the entry door for a while, too.
Santiago Baez complained about the old furnace nearly a year ago. Nothing was ever done. She's now taking special medication to deal with headaches, chest pain, and dizziness that continues. Her daughter has moved into a friend's house, but Santiago Baez is still in the apartment.
I have nowhere to go. If I had somewhere to go, I would have left.
Friday afternoon, another property owned by Terry Reagan was visited by firefighters. 3 apartments were red tagged after a CO monitor went off at the Cedar Crest Apartments. Santiago Baez says she's not surprised.
So many things are happening. The owners should be more responsible. We are human beings living here. We are not animals.
This is an ongoing Target 13 investigation, and we'll have more on why this poisonous gas is filling up some apartments owned by Reagan. You'll have that information next week on KRDO News Channel 13. Reporting live, Maria Garcia, KRDO News Channel 13.
The condition of furnaces in apartments owned by Terry Reagan.
And now some former workers of Reagan are speaking out. Target 13's Maria Garcia continues to investigate how high the risk of carbon monoxide is in some of those properties.
One woman here at the Pine Creek Village Apartments has already become sick after some carbon monoxide was found in her home. And now former employees of the owner, Terry Reagan, tell me about some of the horrors they witnessed when they worked for him.
The furnaces that I seen, the original furnaces that were in there, had to have been 30 years old or more.
This man says he worked for apartment owner Terry Reagan for several years in the late 90s. He worked maintenance on all of Reagan's properties like El Vecino, Cedar Crest, and several others. He says what happened to Ermelinda Santiago Baez could have been deadly.
If she had sealed that apartment at Roel and ran the furnace for even 12 hours, it could have killed her. There's no doubt in my mind about it. I just know enough about it.
Another former employee tells Target 13 that Reagan rules over his employees with an iron fist, forcing them to do whatever it takes to get someone locked into a lease and then finding any reason to keep their deposit no matter what.
People would put in work orders for work to be done at their property, and they would just sit in piles and piles and piles. Nothing would get done because Terry would not authorize it to be done.
Code enforcement tells me management at this and all of Terry Reagan's other properties is being talked to, reminded that they need to ensure that heaters and furnaces are in good condition because this could be a potentially deadly problem. In Colorado Springs, Maria Garcia, KRDO News Channel 13.
And we will continue to try and get Reagan's side. Now remember, Colorado law requires a carbon monoxide detector to be installed in nearly all rental properties with few exceptions. Make sure to check your detector for fresh batteries and perform periodic tests to make sure it is indeed working.
And remember, carbon monoxide is colorless and odorless, so it's important to recognize the poisoning symptoms. They could include headache, dizziness, and nausea. In more severe cases, things can progress to impaired judgment, hallucinations, and even seizures. If you suspect a carbon monoxide problem, get outside into the fresh air immediately.